You know, I might not even do it. But this is a regular client, so we can't refuse. Oops. This is the nightmare I dreamt about all night. It looks something like that. Hourly pay. If you didn't know, you can't park like that. I confirm. That's all you need to know about the demolition tool. Everything will be fine. Hello, everyone. Today we have drywall. You flew in, I'll show you what we'll be screwing. It's a very simple task here. The drywall has already been brought here to the corridor. My partner went to drive the truck to Home Depot. On the floor, we already have 2x4 studs laid out. I'm not very fluent in English, but the tape measure shows that it's 1.5 x 3.5, something different. So we are screwing the drywall onto these 2x4, 1.5 x 3.5 studs right on the floor. Then we lift them up, we have a blueprint, and we assemble all these partitions according to it. Probably some offices. And basically that's it. Everything here is screwed either 8x8, meaning 2 sheets of drywall, or 8x12, meaning 3. As simple as possible, I think it will all be done as quickly as possible. Well, that's all for today. The whole process took 7 hours. We built one such room. And at the other end, we built the same kind of room. Everything was lifted and assembled. Everything is ready. We couldn't build the middle rooms. Why? Because everything had to be redone. Once the walls were assembled, it turned out that the ceiling was less than 8 feet. Since this was classified information, we only found out about it when we started raising these partitions. So we had to lay everything down again, dismantle the drywall, cut all these beams, and reassemble. And all this took some time. My partner bought this saw yesterday. He was sawing, and the bolt just broke. Because here it's half metal, half plastic. That's all you need to know about the Rio tool. The last time I worked with it, it just started smoking. The screwdriver, that's all from me. Let's continue learning the traffic rules. It turns out that you can only park in the direction of traffic. So everyone was parked nose in, and I was parked tail in. That cost $75. So parking is $15 plus $75 for improper parking. A duck is walking around to Moha. Look, a duck is walking around. It came to visit us. So friends, if you didn't know, that's not how you should park. I confirm. That's how hourly payment looks like. We don't have hourly. Today we have baseboards. Let's go. I'll show you the house. Here's the house, the backyard with access to the canal. There's parking, boats, everything in the best traditions. I've already brought in the tools, brought in the baseboards. Let's start. Here's the first room I've already started installing. Here's the baseboard. And so throughout the house, almost all rooms need to be replaced. There was some kind of flood here, and that's why all the baseboards were thrown out. So now we need to go through all the rooms and partially replace them. This is the view from the window. A parking spot for the boat, a pool. Almost every neighbor has boats parked. Beautiful. The main thing you need to know for this job is how to work with silicone. You also need to understand a bit about which way to cut those angles because there are 45, 22.5, and 30 degrees. But if you have little experience with angles, you just need to take more kilograms of silicone to the site. Believe me, silicone fixes everything. That needs fixing. Finished with the baseboards, moving on to the crown molding. There's a little problem here. We need to insert one piece on this wall, and in another room we also need to install one wall. Here is a small piece here. But the problem is that I can't find the exact crown molding in any store. So now I'm taking down all these 3 walls and assembling from them. I'm finishing this room, and for the room where I'm taking it down now, I'll go buy something similar and do the entire room, but with a different crown molding, it will take a bit more time than I planned. It will not look like the rest of the house, but there's no other solution. Again, Gavriusha helps out with 16 feet length of these crown moldings. This is how it looks. Secured on the roof with 2 straps and tied at the front with a rope to the mirror. Because it's a long drive, about 30-40 minutes now. And they are not made of wood, they are practically made of paper. So the wind could catch them on the roof and break them easily. Let's go finish this job. Good morning. 1 room left. We need to install this crown molding under the ceiling here. Yesterday I was telling a friend about this room, how difficult it is to do this here. And in the end I told him, I might not even be able to do it. But what's the difficulty? Each wall is 12 feet long. I have a 16-foot baseboard, so it needs to be cut in one piece. And the difficulty in everything, in principle, is that measuring it perfectly by myself is quite hard, and cutting it is difficult because my saw doesn't cut such a wide piece. Such a wide baseboard is the second difficulty. The third is everything. Installing such a long baseboard by myself is hard, and also difficult because it needs to be done perfectly. A house for 2 million with a boat. And the client, to be honest, is following closely and inspecting every millimeter, so it needs to be done perfectly. Everything is difficult, but such an option, I won't make an option like that as if there isn't one, so we're doing it now. Let's see what comes of it. The simplest thing would be to cut it in the middle, place one corner, and from the other corner to the middle, measure the second size and place the second part. But this will be a joint on every wall. Honestly, not really. But this is a backup idea in case it doesn't work out properly at all. It seems to be going well. I've already installed 2 moldings. This corner turned out fine. Now I'm adjusting this corner. The problem is that there isn't a 90-degree angle between the walls, so I measure each corner separately. I make a template, adjust it here on site, and then cut according to it for a long time. So I've already adjusted this corner. Now I'm adjusting that corner in the same way. Then I cut it to size and install it. Oops. This is the nightmare I dreamed about today. Alright, there's a backup option. This wall is a bit shorter. So this one that I messed up, I'm now removing it for this wall. And I still have 1 piece left. I need to measure it right away. Perfect. The problem is that you can't just go and buy them. I looked for them. Bandy pull-ups, I found them in one store by order again. To pick up a head, if I don't cut it off, it will be a very big problem. Here it is. Everything will be fine. Well, you can relax. All the corners matched, everything is fine, everything came together. I am leaving this crown and baseboards until tomorrow. Tomorrow I will go over them, paint them. Today there are still 3 addresses. 3 small and boring jobs. But this is a regular client, so we cannot refuse. Let's go. I am starting to paint the baseboards and the crown. A maximum of a minute for you and a few hours for me. Thank you. Thank you.